Welcome back. We're at Series 17. This is Bereshith, which is Genesis. We're going to start in chapter 27. This is going to point out just when mothers or females in general get in certain situations, how they treat certain people, individuals, especially with parenting. We see the discrepancy between the two brothers in this passage. And then also just how they treat different males, we're going to see how, if they feel like a male is more aggressive and things like that, or if they feel like you're weaker and things like that, how women treat you. And then we're just going to go from there. So chapter 27, verse 42. All right, we're going to start here. And the words of Esau, her older son, were reported to Rivkah. And she sent and called Jacob, her younger son, and said to him, see, your brother Esau comforts himself concerning you to kill you. All right, that's a key point right there. He stole a blessing. It was his mother's Rivkah's plan. All right, was this her plan just to irritate her son, to make him mad? What is the relationship between this son? Obviously, she said this is her son, so is she treating him just like a man? Remember, when the last series, one of the last series, when one gave birth, she said, I have gained a man, right? So is she treating him like the father? What kind of relationship is going on there? That's something to think about. It's not stated here, but we see that she see your brother Esau comforts himself concerning to kill you. Now, she knows her son, she knows the dad, so now she see that, because this happened, he wants to comfort himself by killing his brother. When did this happen? Which brother was that killed his brother? Remember? Was it Hebel and Cain? You have to go back in the previous, but it's repeating itself, right? Obviously, you see what's going to make your brothers mad and your siblings mad and things like that from this passage. So, do what's right for yourself. Just because your parents want you to lie or do a lie or go with it, or your girlfriend or your friend or things like that, you don't have to. That's your choice, all right? Verse 43. And now, my son, listen to my voice and rise. Flee to my brother Laban in Haran. Now, listen to my voice. My son, remember with Hagar, he listened to his wife to have a child through Hagar, and that wasn't what God planned. And now we see here, she's treating him like that same man. Listen to my voice, right? So that's key. Verse 44. And stay with him a few days until your brother's wrath turns away. All right, so a few days. She knows how long it's going to take before the brother calms down and things like that. What is going to happen for him to calm down? What is going to happen during that time period where he calms down and he's cool? Let's read more. Verse 45. Until your brother's displeasure turns away from you, and he forgets what you have done to him. And I shall send and bring you from there. Why should I be bereaved of you both in one day? All right, so we see both. Bereaved of you both. What's going on? What does bereaved mean? Do you know that definition? Do you know the meaning of that word? Look it up. In one day. All right. So she's telling him to go there. She's going to tell him when to come back. She said she got this whole thing planned out. Look how slick she is. She got to deal with both of these dudes and all that. So we know that if you got a cheating spouse or a cheating girlfriend or wife, it's going to be hard for you to figure that thing out because, look, they're experts at this. They ate from the knowledge of good and evil, the mother of all. All right, so women, they ate first. They have more, or they're a lot more ahead in that area because they ate first. All right, so we see that here she has all this figured out. She knows how long it's gonna take before he stops getting mad. This and that. She just doing a thing, right? Think she in control and all that stuff. And like, look at this. His brother's displeasure turns away from you, and he forgets what you have done. So if you're going to be mad or you're thinking about killing someone, this is another good part right here. Just wait a while. Wait till you forget about it. Go find some pleasure in other things that you like before you go act out and fight your brother or another male or your friend or things like that. That's key right here. You can turn away a lot just by having patience and, waiting. There's a lot of things that go on that didn't have to go on because of the simple fact that you just acted out because you had a little thought come to your head or you got irritated. You got that energy that made you want to squint your face and pump up your muscles and you wanted to fight. And then you got yourself landed somewhere where you don't even want to be at. All right. Or you thought you had to defend yourself to prove that, you the big guy, you're tough and things like that. And that isn't even the case. And look, she telling her younger son to run away. Oh, run! He's like, you scared or something. Some guys may be smaller, but they're not scared. They may have confidence in themselves. They may learn how to fight, things like that. Some don't have to be taught to fight. Some just naturally know how to do it. And just because they're smaller and things like that, the mother's going to, why couldn't Jacob kill his brother Esau? Why? You don't think Jacob had a chance if they were to get into it that he could overpower him and things like that? We don't know about that. It didn't talk about it. But the mother here is letting us know that, you better run because Esau, he going to give it to you, So he might be bigger, stronger, things like that. Look at the different type of ways they have to escape. He's the one, he's escaping from Esau to kill you. Who comes to kill? Is the devil involved in the lives of those men? To be able to want and have that ability to kill? Because it says the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy, right? You have to look at the exact Bible verse to get that right, correct scripture. But that's the thing. He's trying to kill right here. This is serious. To kill is serious. And it's his brother, right? So, we go down to verse 46. And Rivkah said to Yishak, I am disgusted with my life because of the daughters of Heth. If Jacob takes a wife from the daughters of Heth, like these who are the daughters of the land, what is my life to me? All right, so we see here, it's talking about him finding a wife. Wow. And this is something serious. And we're gonna go to chapter 28. It just look how slick this woman is, right? Does all this good. You may not, you're not even thinking that she doing this. Just going through this. What does Yishak think? Does he know this going on? Probably so. But he looking at his wife the whole time. Look, chapter 28. As we go down, I didn't highlight this part, but we're going to just read into it. And Yishak called Jacob and blessed him and commanded him and said to him, do not take a wife from the daughters of Canaan. Arise, go to Paddan Aram, to the house of Bethuel, your mother's father, and take a wife for yourself from there, from the daughters of Laban, your mother's brother. Okay. Now, this all turned out to be a vacation to go find a wife, and she's saying, "Oh, I don't want him to have any daughters from the daughters of Heth." She's going to be disgusted with her life because of them. Because if Yishak, she started talking to her husband. If Jacob gets a wife, that's her son, right? So she don't. Now, was Esau sleeping with those women? Was Esau cool with those women? When we get into the men's section, we're going to talk about that. All right, we're going to get more into that, and we're going to see more about that. But now it's going into finding a wife. All right. Before, as we see up here, she's talking about your brother found out what happened, heard the words, he's trying to kill you. Now we get here. Oh, now she want to watch. Look how she playing. Look how she playing. Like she playing with both her son and her husband. Like they both the same people. Like she's dating both of them. Just playing around. How many women you date or have been involved with that just play like that? It ain't nothing going on. You trying to do something, right? You want to bless this son or let's say you want to do something for this person. And then they go around, make it seem like they're just playing. Just playing. Like for what? Then they get mad when you call them out and you make them feel like a kid and things like that. Or you just let them just go through it, just watching how much they play. And like they're not going anywhere with it. It's no major, point at the end of it. They're not going nowhere with it. They just wanted to steal. She just wanted to steal the blessing. Because she's sneaking in and hearing the conversation. That's just what she wanted to do. You're going to have that in your relationships. When you get involved with a female, you got to know that she's going to do things that you're not thinking about or wanting to do. And she's going to try to go through great measures to make this. Now, what if she got caught? What if this happens? She's like, let the curses be on her. Let her take the punishment. What you think the husband's going to do to her if he found out this going on? What, he going to spank her? He going to get a belt and start whooping her? Put her on timeout? Is that what she want? Like, look. What do you want? You want to sleep with him or something? Like, what is it? You get turned on by doing this type of stuff? This is not where you want to be at. Look at this situation. Now, if you only had one child with her, could this have happened? Would she have went and chose another child from somewhere else? We don't know that. But just look at this. Both their kids. Look at the separation. Oh, this is my son, this your son. Let me see if I can, now she's irritating this son, Esau. She probably not even around him a lot. She probably look at him, reminds him of her dad, of her husband and things like that. That's key. If your mother is attracted to you, or if she's not as close, or if she treats you like the dad, you may not want to be too close around her like that. Because she may think that, oh, because he looked like the dad and things like that, she could sleep with you. No, that's disgusting. You already came out. That's why you came out of her. Exactly why you came out of her. She didn't want to keep you. If she wanted to keep you, she would have never had you, right? But she decided to give birth, and that's what happened, right? Don't go back in there. After when you get older and things like that, you don't have to be all on but you ain't supposed to see them naked anyway. As we get further into these chapters, as we get further into it, we're gonna find out about being around close relatives and how are you supposed to be around them and things like that. But for right now in this passage, look at this. Look what she calls. She calls one of her sons to want to kill her other son. She calls her sons to be into it with each other because of her decision. Is that good or evil? Is that good or evil? Just think about what just happened here. So if your kids are fighting or angry at each other, find out what your wife did. Find out how your wife is involved in this, because some way they're involved. All right, so other than that, God bless. We get the key points out as well.